Alright guys, my facility is based off the old Hanno-Pitkin prison design. The design was built and developed around the mid-1800s. In this design, the cell blocks are basically wrapped around one central tower in the facility. The central tower is then given a clear view into every cell and hallway in the entire facility. This allows for an omnipresent state of mind for the inmates. They can't truly tell if the officers are watching them or not. And it kind of adds extra security for that reason. You know, they're less likely to do things because of that. Besides Central Tower, there are other security measures put into place. The cells are made out of 100% concrete, even the beds, which have soft mattresses that are kind of flung on top of the slabs. This means there's no way they can escape through the undersized windows because they cannot break the concrete, and they cannot use any part of the bed, like the bed legs or the springs, to form shanks. There's an intense screening process for visitors. It involves metal detectors, strip searches, and no baggage is ever allowed within the facility. There is weapons on the facility. They are all locked within a special room designated the Armory in the Central Tower. It requires a fingerprint scanner from a leading department supervisor or anybody higher ranking than them in order for them to open it. The tower also contains a room on the top floor I've called a keep. It is a type of panic room in case of an emergency. It allows the staff to lock themselves in the safe room. It can also be used as an escape route via breaking windows up there. They have actual breakable windows. Helicopters can fly in and drop ladders down. They can get out that way. Or at least it allows them an option to get out of the facility through that means, if necessary. The roles of my staff are simple. Corrections officers are meant to keep the peace. They're in charge of making sure everybody in the prison can return home safe from injury. This includes the inmates as well. They are taught to use the force continuum. They can risk their lives in protecting others. The medical staff is there to treat patients with various injuries, anything from slipping down the stairs and breaking your ankle. Maybe you were stabbed by an inmate, or an inmate was stabbed by another inmate. They treat prisoners and corrections officers alike. Cooks can be staff or inmates who are trusted enough and earn the privilege. The job is used to provide food for the facility in the form of meals 3 times a day, once at 8, 12, and again at 6. Volunteers may also be used as groundskeepers who may mow the lawn outside the facility or may do the laundry. You know, they collect the laundry and then they'll take it to an offshore or an off campus site, wash the laundry, bring it back in. And then there's also the warden who's in charge of the entire facility running smoothly as possible. The prison has a few programs offered to the inmates. First is a work-based program. It allows the inmates to build license plates at a small factory. The factory is on the very bottom floor of the centralized tower. It has a couple of bomb doors, huge locking doors that are like a foot thick steel. Inmates are not going to be able to break into the tower. It's not going to happen. So that's extra security. In the facility itself of the factory, they do have access to simple tools such as small hammers, stuff like that. So these are the more privileged, you know, they've earned their right to work in the facility itself. They aren't just allowing anybody in there. So it's usually your guys who've spent a couple of years at this facility now. They're on good behavior, that kind of thing. They're allowed to build the license plates, and the license plates are then sold to the state. Kind of helps the prison make some money. We realize we aren't going to turn a profit with it, but it helps decrease the amount of taxes we're going to have to use to fund our prison. We also have group therapy sessions, you know, and then we also have a one-on-one session, which I thought was kind of cool. What it is it features a guard that's outside of the small room. Inside the room you have a therapist in one section of the room and an inmate in the other, and a plexiglass wall dividing them with a telephone that they talk through, kind of like the visitation center. And these programs are designed to treat their mental health needs as well as teach them discipline in the working-based facility. The daily operations facility, one might see officers making their rounds around the facility, inmates working in a small factory, cooking dinner. An occasional confrontation might be seen, but a fight might not actually break out. The design is attempting to create as few confrontations as possible. You may see routine contraband searches of the cells. The daily operations are in place to get this prison running as smoothly as possible. future problems are designed to be addressed by the design of the prison. There are several features of the prison that make it ultra secure, from the central tower to the escape room and the fingerprint scanners, as well as the location. Being in the middle of the Montana mountains, even if an inmate was to escape, there's no major towns or cities around for them to find shelter. They might perish in the wilderness before they're even able to get close to civilization. However, the design does not leave much room to expand on, meaning it would be hard to come up with a solution to overcrowding in the future if this was to happen. This is the one major drawback to my design. Alright, thank you guys for your time, and well done.